decision 2026. This year is projected to be a red wave year due to the presidency of Kamala Harris. It is 7 p.m. and the following states have poll closings. Out of the Georgia Senate race, it is too close to call. John Ossoff currently leading over Paul Brown. Out of the Kentucky Senate race, Mitch McConnell is the projected winner, defeating Charles Booker. Senator McConnell has stated that this will be his last term in the Senate. At the South Carolina Senate race, Lindsey Graham is the projected winner, defeating Gloria Bromell-Tinubu. Out of the Virginia Senate race, Mark Warner is the projected winner, defeating Scott Walker. Out of the Georgia governor race, that is too close to call. Stacey Abrams leading over Kathy Cagle. Out of the South Carolina governor race, Pamela Ebbett is the projected winner, defeating Phil Noble. Out of the Vermont governor race, T.J. Donovan has been re-elected over Keith Stern. It is now 7:30 p.m. The following states have poll closing. Out of the North Carolina Senate race, too close to call. Tom Tillis is leading over Erica D. Smith. Out of the West Virginia Senate race, Shelley Moore Capito has been re-elected over Mike Pushkin. Out of the Georgia Senate race, still too close to call. John Ossoff still leading over Paul Brown. Out of the Ohio governor race, too close to call. John Husted is leading over Dennis Kucinich. Out of the Georgia governor race, too close to call. Stacey Abrams still leading over Casey Cagle. It is now 8 p.m. and the following states have poll closings. Out of the Alabama Senate race, Tammy Tuberville has been re-elected over John Rogers. Out of the Delaware Senate race, Chris Coons has been re-elected over James DiMartino. Out of the Illinois Senate race, minority leader Dick Durbin has been re-elected over Rodney Davis. Out of the Maine Senate race, Susan Collins has been re-elected over Sheena Bellows. Out of the Massachusetts Senate race, this was Ed Markey before he decided to retire. Joe Kennedy III has been elected, defeating Shiva Ayyadurai. Mississippi Senate race, Cindy Hyde-Smith has been re-elected, defeating J.T. Hughes Jr. Out of the New Hampshire Senate race, it's too close to call. Gigi is leading over Andy Martin. Out of the New Jersey Senate race, Cory Booker has been re-elected, defeating Stuart Meisner. Out of the Oklahoma Senate race, this is Jim Inhofe's seat, though he decided to retire. Scott Pruitt has been elected, defeating Brad Henry. Out of the Rhode Island Senate race, Jack Reed has been re-elected, defeating Brendan Doherty. Out of the Tennessee Senate race, Bill Hagerty has been re-elected, defeating Andy Burke. Out of the North Carolina Senate seat, too close to call. Tom Tillis still leading over Erica D. Smith. Out of the Georgia Senate seat, it is too close to call. John Ossoff still leading over Paul Brown. Out of the Alabama governor's race, Tommy Battle has been elected, defeating James C. Fields. Out of the Connecticut governor race, too close to call. Linda McMahon is leading over Dan Drew. Out of the Florida governor race, too close to call. Adam Putnam is leading over Gwen Graham. Out of the Illinois governor race, Daniel Biss has been elected, defeating Tim Bevins. Out of the Maine governor race, too close to call. Sean Fairclough leading over Ken Fredette. Out of the Maryland governor race, John Delaney has been re-elected, defeating Barry Glassman. Out of the Massachusetts governor race, Cindy Warren has defeated incumbent Karen Polito. Karen Polito was an unpopular governor after seceding to replace Charlie Baker after he was elected to the Senate in 2024. She was very unpopular, so Cindy Warren has easily defeated her. Out of the New Hampshire governor race, too close to call. Andrew Valinsky is leading over Ted Gatsis. Out of the Oklahoma governor race, Mick Gornett has been elected, defeating Scott Inman. Out of the Pennsylvania governor race, it is too close to call. John Fetterman leading over Lou Barletta. Out of the Rhode Island governor race, Matt Brown has been re-elected, defeating Giovanni Ferros. Out of the Tennessee governor race, Diane Black has been elected, defeating Craig Fitzhugh. Out of the we now call the Georgia governor race, Stacey Abrams has been re-elected, defeating Casey Cagle. Out of the Ohio governor race, too close to call. John A. Houston is still leading over Dennis Kucinich. It is now 8:30 p.m. and the following states have poll closings. Out of the Arkansas Senate race, Tom Cotton has been re-elected, defeating Dan Whitfield. We now call the North Carolina Senate race, Tom Tillis has been re-elected, defeating Erica D. Smith. Out of the New Hampshire Senate race, too close to call, Gene Sheen is leading over Andy Martin. Out of the Georgia Senate race, too close to call, John Ossoff still leading over Paul Brown. Out of the Arkansas governor race, Tim Griffin has been re-elected, defeating Keith Ingram. Out of the Maine governor race, Sean Faircloth has been elected, defeating Ken Fredette. Out of the New Hampshire governor race, Andrew Belinsky has been re-elected, defeating Ted Gatsis. Out of the Pennsylvania governor race, John Fetterman has been re-elected, defeating Lou Barletta. The Connecticut governor race, too close to call, Linda McMahon leading over Dan Drew. Out of the Florida governor race, too close to call, Gwen Graham leading over Adam Putnam. Ohio governor race, too close to call, Dennis Kucinich is leading over John A. Husted. It is now 9 p.m. and the following states have poll closing. At the Colorado Senate race, it is too close to call, John Hickenlooper is leading over Randy Bumgarner. Out of the Kansas Senate race, Roger Marshall defeated Nancy Boyda to win a second term. Out of the Louisiana Senate race, Bobby Jindal has been elected, defeating incumbent Bill Cassidy. Out of the Michigan Senate race, too close to call, Gary Peters is leading over Rick Snyder. Out of the Minnesota Senate race, too close to call, Tina Smith is leading over Kurt Bout. And in the Nebraska Senate race, Ben Sass has been re-elected, defeating Chris Butler. Out of the New Mexico Senate race, Ben Ray Lupon has been re-elected, defeating Richard J. Berry. Out of the South Dakota Senate race, Mike Rounds has been re-elected, defeating Aaron Healy. Out of the Texas Senate race, John Gorman has defeated Royce West to win re-election. Out of the Wyoming Senate race, Cynthia Loomis has won re-election, defeating Gary Trauner. And Republicans will regain the majority in the Senate, or retain the majority, with a net gain of 2 we can project. Out of the New Hampshire Senate race, Gene Shaheen has been re-elected, defeating Andy Martin. Out of the Georgia Senate race, it is too close to call, John Ossoff leading over Paul Brown. Arizona Governor race, too close to call, Katie Hobbs leading over Ken Bennett. Out of the Colorado Governor race, too close to call, Mike Johnson leading over Cory Gardner. Out of the Kansas Governor race, independent Greg Orman has been re-elected, defeating Jim Barnett. Remember, Greg Orman was elected Republican before changing back to an independent, following multiple controversies with the Republican Party. In the Michigan Governor race, too close to call, John James leading over Mark Hackel. The Minnesota Governor race, too close to call, Aaron Murphy leading over Mike Lindell. Nebraska Governor race, Mike Foley defeating Steve Blantrop. New Mexico Governor race, Hector Valderas has been elected, defeating Aubrey Dunn Jr. New York Governor race, Andrew Cuomo has been re-elected, defeating John A. DeFrancesco. South Dakota Governor race, Marty Jackley has been elected, defeating Stephanie Herseth Sandlin. Texas Governor race, too close to call, Dan Patrick leading over Peter Gallego. Wisconsin Governor race, too close to call, Mandela Barnes leading over Mark Newman. Wyoming Governor race, Cindy Hell has been elected, defeating Chris Rothfuss. The Connecticut Governor race, Linda McMahon has been re-elected, defeating Chris Rothfuss. Florida Governor race, too close to call, Gwen Graham leading over Adam Putnam. Ohio Governor race, too close to call, Dennis Kucinich leading over John A. Husted. It is now 10 p.m. and the following states have poll closing. Out of the Iowa Senate race, Joni Ernst has been re-elected, defeating Michael P. Franken. Out of the Montana Senate race, Steve Daines has been re-elected, defeating Wilmot Collins. Out of the Colorado Senate race, John Hickenlooper has been re-elected, defeating Randy Bumgarner. Out of the Michigan Senate race, it is too close to call, Gary Peters still leading over Rick Snyder. Out of the Minnesota Senate race, too close to call, Tina Smith has been re-elected, is leading over Kurt Bout. Georgia Senate race, too close to call, John Ossoff still leading over Paul Brown. Iowa Governor race, too close to call, Bill Northey is leading over Nate Bolton, very controversial figure. Nevada Governor race, Aaron Ford is leading over Dean Heller. Texas Governor race, Dan Patrick has been elected, defeating Pete Gallego. In the Arizona Governor race, too close to call, Katie Hobbs leading over Ken Bennett. Colorado governor race, too close to call, Mike Johnson leading over Cord Gardner. Michigan governor race, too close to call, John James leading over Mark Hackle. Minnesota governor race, too close to call, Mike Lindell leading over Aaron Murphy. Wisconsin governor race, too close to call, Mandela Barnes leading over Mark Newman. Florida governor race, too close to call, Glenn Graham leading over Adam Putnam. Ohio governor race, still too close to call, Dennis Kucinich is leading over John Hay Houston. It is now 11 p.m. and the following states have poll closing. In the Idaho Senate race, Scott Syme has been elected over Mark Knight to win his first term in the Senate. Jim Rish's seat, he decided to retire this year. Scott Syme has been elected to the Senate in Idaho. Jeff Markley has won re-election, defeating Mark Neerman in Oregon. The California governor race, too close to call, Kevin Faulconer is leading over Governor Eleni Kaunalakis. In the Hawaii governor race, Tulsi Gabbard has been re-elected, beating Bob McDermott. In the Idaho governor race, Brad Little has won re-election, beating Michelle Stinnett. In the Oregon governor race, too close to call, Congressman Alex Scarlatos is leading over Governor Ted Wheeler. In the Iowa governor race, Bill Northey has been elected, defeating Nate Bolton. In the Arizona governor race, Katie Hobbs has been re-elected, defeating Ken Bennett. In the Michigan governor race, John James has been re-elected, defeating Mark Hackle. In the Minnesota governor race, Mike Lindell has been re-elected, defeating Aaron Murphy. In the Nevada governor race, still too close to call, Dean Heller is leading over Aaron Ford. Colorado governor race, too close to call, Mike Johnson leading over Corey Gardner. Wisconsin governor race, too close to call, Mandela Barnes leading over Mark Newman. Florida governor race, too close to call, Gwen Graham leading over Adam Putnam. Ohio governor race, too close to call, Dennis Kucinich leading over John Houston. It is now 1 a.m. and the following states have poll closings. Dan Sullivan has been re-elected to another term in the Senate, defeating Edgar Blatchford. In the Georgia Senate race, John Ossoff has been narrowly re-elected, defeating Paul Brown. In the Michigan Senate race, Rick Snyder has defeated Gary Peters. This is a gain for Republicans in the Senate. Another big gain for Republicans in the Senate is in Minnesota, Kurt Dowd has defeated Tina Smith, a very middle-of-the-road senator she was, but Kurt Dowd should be an even more middle-of-the-road senator. In the California governor race, big pickup for Republicans. Former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer has won, defeating current incumbent Governor Eleni Kaunalakis, a big gain for Republicans right now. In the Oregon governor race, another big pickup. Alex Scarlatos has defeated Ted Wheeler, a big pickup for Republicans. However, sad news in the Colorado governor race, as Mike Johnson has been elected governor, defeating former Senator Corey Gardner. Big pickup in Nevada. Former Senator Dean Heller has been elected the governor of Nevada, defeating Aaron Ford, a gain for Republicans. In the Florida governor race, Gwen Graham has been elected the first Democrat governor in, I would say, 20 to 30 years in Florida. Big pickup for Democrats in Florida. Gwen Graham has been elected governor, defeating Adam Putnam, a gain for Democrats. In the Wisconsin governor race, Mandela Barnes has been elected, defeating Mark Newman, a very upset win. Mandela Barnes was down in the polls in Wisconsin, down by 2 points. He ended up winning barely, but he has been elected governor of Wisconsin. In the Ohio governor race, huge pickup for Democrats as Dennis Kucinich has been elected governor, defeating John Houston, a big gain for Democrats. Here is the current Senate map. Republicans have 57 seats, the Republicans 43 seats right now. Here's the governor map. Republicans have 25, 26 if you count Greg Orman, to Democrats 24, 25 if you count Greg Orman. So here's the current map, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the Chaotic One saying peace.